we're going to start kneeling. Like I said, block, strap, cushions, whatever you guys need around you to grab. And we're just going to start on the knees. Start to work in through the belly, right? So we'll get up nice and we'll start sitting on our feet. Okay, so you're sitting on your feet, grabbing hold of the knees and breathing in, breathing out. Okay, so our goal today is really to stretch the tops of your thighs, stretch the groin, stretch in through the stomach and the spleen meridians, keeping it cardio as well. So collarbone open, crown of the head is lifted, breathing in and breathing out. We always start with the element of breath, and you guys feel grounded. I'm going to add a little bit of music. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but throw it on anyway, just for fun. All right, and we'll practice that breath of fire. That's that right up in here, like a puppy panting, with the mouth closed. That forceful exhale, keeping that fire going in the belly. All right, release, take this nice breath in, rise up. And as you exhale, come down and bring your right hand down and lean over to the right. Okay, so we inhale, come up. Open up your thighs. Exhale, sit back. And come all the way over to the left. Let's try that again. Breathe in, feel that belly nice and strong, navel slightly into the spine. Exhale, come over to the side. One more time, rise up. Good, and come down and over, beautiful. Rise up again. This time bring the hands down in front and squeeze in through your tummy. Rise up, pull the elbows into the waist. Pull, open up that chest. Inhale here. Exhale, squeeze your tummy, sit back on your heels. Inhale here. Pull the elbows into the waist. Keep those shoulders open. Inhale here. Exhale, sit back, squeeze your tummy. One more time. Inhale here. Elbows into the waist. Inhale here. Sit back. All right, we're going to reach all the way over to the right side. Open up that left side of your body. Your hips now are going to sink over as far as you can to the side. So you're going to squeeze into your hips. You're going to drop your bottom to the side of your legs. Maybe lift the chest up. Come back to the center. Again, just warming up. Going over to that left side. Okay, and sink your hips. Like let them go to the floor. And lift your chest. Beautiful. Come right into the center. Spread your hands. Come onto hands and knees. We're also going to work on straightening the glutes. I meant to say that. And just work into this tail opening and closing. Try that a few times. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, come into neutral position. Make sure that navel is lightly into your spine. You're going to squeeze that right leg up to the sky. Now you guys, with this, keep the navel in. Keep your knee from going out to the side, okay? So you're going to keep it in and lift from the booty here. Push, push, push. Get that super open for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch that leg out. Bring the opposite arm out. Lift it all up. Pull the navel into the spine. Open up that strength. Think about that inner thigh of that right leg so that groin gets a little stretched to the sky. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Bring that hand down. Come down on your forearms. We're going to continue to strengthen the glutes. Right in through here. Keep that navel in and lift for 8, 7. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Now for this next one, you guys, you're going to slide all the way back. Slide all the way back. Glue your stomach to your thigh. Glue your chest to your thigh. You're probably not going to be able to lift it. Some of you guys might be able to, but keep your stomach down and try to lift this leg up from your thigh. Even if you're not lifting it, you're squeezing it like you're lifting it. It should start to feel tone in the buttocks for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back onto all fours. Bring the knee right underneath. Open up the low back and around. One more time. Open up the low back and around. Good, come into neutral position, chest open, navel into the spine, lift your left leg up, squeeze through the glute, make sure that knee is in, lift, 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 go, go. Keep your hips squared, you guys. Woo, let's do 4, 3, 2, extend your leg, keep it strong. Bring the opposite arm out and lift, lift. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down on the forearms. Tuck the belly in. Lift a little bit more from the glute. For 4, 3, navels in, 2, and 1. Now we slide back again, like on this side, right? So you're gonna go back. As long as there's no knee problems, you go as far as you can. You glue your stomach, glue your chest down to your thigh, and act like you're gonna lift that leg up. You're gonna try to lift the whole leg, foot, chin, everything. Even if it doesn't come up, you can see mine's not coming up, but I'm still feeling the work. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way forward, right onto the belly. Reach the arms back. Glue your legs together, clasp your hands together. Get this lift at the sternum. Collarbone is spread super wide, you guys. Chin down, lift through the arms. Try that again, squeeze. Navel's in, collarbone open. Chin down, lift through the arms. One more time, lift. Come on down. All right, grab your right foot. This is this warm up for the quad. So your ankle comes to your butt, and you're welcome to stay there or come up into this kind of like cobra with it. Breathe deeply. Keep feeling that stretch. Foot all the way in. Release the chest. Switch the legs. Bring that hand in, right? So you can keep your head down if you want to. Bring the ankle all the way in. Your knee should not turn out. And again, if you wanted to work up into that cobra, keep everything square. Hips and shoulders, navel is in. Stay with it, guys. Big stretch for the front of your leg. 2, and 1. Release it down. Let's come up into downward dog. We should be feeling pretty warm. Ripple through plank. Squeeze the navel into the spine. Stretch the tops of your thighs. Stretch your collarbone and hold this plank. So you guys are sucking the belly in. You're in a high push-up position. You're with it, you guys. Let's go for 4. Squeeze the ribs in. Navel's in. 2. Look ahead. Come on down. Elbows in, super strong. So you're gonna elongate your legs here. Keep the palms down, elbows squeezing tight. Collarbone is spread, lifting up. Stretch the front of your thighs as much as you can, you guys. Stretch the front of your thighs and pump your hips for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look to the left. Drop your right hip down. Look to the right. Drop your left hip down. Look to the left again and look back at your left foot. Drop your right hip. Go to the other side. I know some of you guys might be feeling in your wrists. Still getting a stretch there. Come back into center, squeezing through the navel. Press back into downward dog. Kick your right leg up to the sky. Square your shoulders. Tap that foot down and up. And up. Spread your fingers. Navel's in. Big kick to the front of the leg. Big kick through the belly. 4, 3, 2. Now you're gonna hold it up there. Bend your knee. Don't turn it out to the side. Just bend it. Try to squeeze it in. Lift up and look up. Lift up and look up. Like your head's gonna go to your foot, foot to your head. Breathe and breathe out. Tuck the knee in. Squeeze the nose to knee. Kick it all the way up there. Do it again. Kick it all the way up there. And one more time. Kick it all the way up there. Step that foot forward. Ground through your back leg. Open up through your hip. So you guys are going to work into this awesome hip opener. Start to feel the stretch through the groin. Reach the arms up. Pull. 4. Belly's in. 3. Navel into the spine. 2. And 1. All right. You're going to bring that right hand down. Lean as far over to the right as you can. Go for that stretch. Right hand to the floor. The block. Sideways stretch. 2. And 1. All right, let's go back to plank. Come right into plank. Keep that navel in strong. You can always use your knees, you guys. Do not forget that. Look to the left. Drop your right hip. Look to the right. Drop your left hip. Beautiful. Come back into the center. Keep that strong plank. Look ahead. Come on down. Tops of your feet down. Squeeze everything in strong. Lift. Open the collar. Now pump your hips here. Open your thighs. 2 and 1. Go into downward dog. Woo-hoo! All right, left leg up to the sky. Kick and tap. Kick and tap. You guys are working that whole front of your leg here, all the way up to the belly, chest. 4 more. 3. Arms strong. 2. And hold it up. Bend your knee. Do not turn your knee out to the side. Just bend it. And then come through and look up. Squeeze your head to your foot, foot to your head. Tuck it all in. Big, big tuck at the groin. Try that again. Up. Tuck it all in. One more time. Up. Tuck it all in. All right, take it up and then step that foot forward. Come right up to the top of the mat. Drop your back thigh down. All right, so you guys are lifting up. Everyone's good right here? You really want to get that stretch. Belly is in, lifting up through the arms, and we're pulling. Go for it. Woo! Come on now. Keep that pull going. 4. Keep that stretch. Navel's in. 3, 2, and 1. Now put your left hand toward the floor or the hip or the block. Reach over to the left. Big stretch to the left. Getting into that psoas stretch. 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring the hands down. Step your back foot in. Come into nice forward fold. Press through the tops of the feet. Halfway lift. From here, we squeeze the hips into groin. Into chair pose, right? So hips and groin, square it down. Gonna press up, swing back. Here we go. So again, this is the cardio element. You guys are coming up and you're pressing up. Groins are strong, belly lifts. Gail, I love that doggy. It's good. Up dog. 4 more. 3, 2. All right, come all the way up into standing. Bring those feet together. Press down through the tops of your feet, you guys. Lift up through the chest. Pump your shoulders back. Pump the elbows back. 7. So you're doing this pump. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open swan dive. Clasp the hands behind your back. Open up through the chest. Woo! Beautiful. Back in the chair pose. So from this chair pose, you're gonna hug into chair pose right here. You're gonna stay super, super deep. You're gonna do these little kind of like pumps like this, right, to get air under your feet. If you're not a jumper, then you can just do little pumps without getting air under your feet. But keep the groin strong, yeah. For 8, 7, you're still in chair pose doing it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we rise up, open up through the arms, open up through your feet. You're just gonna start to twist. Just twist. Swing your arms. Woo, bend your knees when you do this. Let's go for 8, 7, swoop those arms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands to your hips just like this. This is our Superman pose or superhero pose, if you want to call it. Studies have shown that this increases your testosterone levels, right? This makes you feel a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little more confident. So you press here, press through your feet and your legs. Kind of hold it for like 3 minutes for it to happen, but it's okay, we're getting that little pose. Reach up tall, exhale, swan dive. Bring the hands down. Deep, deep stretch, you guys. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, rise up. I'm gonna do this a few times. Legs are strong. Exhale, come down. 4, squeeze the belly. Open up. 3, getting strong every time. Hips are strong. 2, and 1 more time. 1. All right, bring the hands down. Step in, jump into plank, however you want to get there. Okay, step or jump. And some of you guys are jumpers, some of you guys are steppers. Navel's in. Your feet are gonna come to your hands. On the outside. All right, you're gonna stand up. Press up. There you go. You're gonna bring the hands down. You're gonna step or jump back again. Okay, and we're gonna do that over and over and over again. Ready? Here we go. Jump, press, down, jump or walk. Now you can go faster than me, I'm taking a little slow speed if you need it. Try to even out your feet. You can double time it. One more time, you guys. All right, get into plank, hold plank. Everyone's holding plank. Bring that right arm up. Reach underneath for 4. Navel strong. 3, 2. Do another set of 4. This time open up your collarbone a little bit more. Go for it, you guys. 4, open up your collar. 3, you're inside plank. 2, come into plank again, and we'll try the other side. So we go to the other side, lift up, navel's in. We do 4. Just open the collar. 3, 2, do it. Another set of 4, open your collarbone even more. Spread at the very top of the throat. Go 4, open it up. 3, come on, you can do it, guys. 2, come back in the center, down to the ground. Woo! Inhaling it up. Exhale into downward dog. Reach back, right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your thigh. Now pump your hip open for 8, 7, stretch the quad. 6, 5, pull it back more, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's tuck it in, step it forward. Ground your back foot. Rise up into warrior 1. So left foot's grounded, hips are squared. Navel's drawn in and up. Lift, pump in through the hip and groin area. So you're not pumping into the knees, you're pumping into the hip and groin. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, warrior 2, open up, warrior 2. Everybody's trying to get into the groin, big stretch here. Try to keep that heart rate up. Spread the collar, reach back, reach forward. Let's go. Sweep the arms into this motion where your arms reach front to back to front. Okay, so they're not holding the floor. They're doing this kind of sweep thing. Let's go for it. You're lunging, you're turning your waist. Let's go, inner thigh strong. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that side angle stretch. Press through the inner thighs and the groin a little bit more. Press through the inner thighs and groin a little bit more. And then take it to Skandasana. And this is where you lunge to your back leg. Flex your front one. Everybody's pulling your inner thighs here. And you're going to try to lift your chest if you can. And press up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back into the center. Step back into plank. Woo! Belly is in. 3 of those burpees. So you jump your feet to your hands. You push up. You go back. Walk or jump. That was 1. Core tight. That was 2. Core tight. Now we're gonna hold that plank. Hold the plank. Come on down. Inhaling up. Press back into down dog. Whew. Belly is in, fingers spread. Left leg up. Bend the knee in the air. Open up your thigh. Keep trying to get a quad stretch. Belly stretch. Inner thigh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it forward. Woo. Ground your back foot. Rise up into that warrior 1. You got it, guys. All right, so we're pumping into the inner thighs, into the groin, lifting through the belly. Try to keep everything squared. Pump through the groin for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're doing awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into warrior 2. All right, so you guys are spreading open. Warrior 2. Turn your body to the side. You're opening up your hips, opening up those inner thighs. Big stretch. We're gonna go back and through. So your torso leans as far back as you can and as far forward. You get those arms sweeping, windmilling those arms. Really, really work them. Let's go for it. Stimulate your strength. Let's go for 4. Inner thigh strong. 3, 2, and then hold that side angle stretch. Bring the arms down. Open that hip up a little bit more. Inner thigh. And then we're gonna lunge back to Skandasana. So your front foot flexes, that back leg bends, chest lifts, and press into it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the front. This is gonna be your last burpees. 3 of them, guys. Into plank, jumping in. 1, you can jump in the air if you want to. Back. 2, back. And 3. Beautiful, and back. All right, hold the plank. Beautiful job. Bring the right knee down. Left leg out to the side. Sit back. And we rise up. And you're opening your hips forward. Okay, so your hips are really strong. Rise up nice and tall. Lift up through the arms. Breathe deeply. Opening up. Super, super wide. Come over to the side, straight leg. Working through here, guys. Everybody's working through those inner thighs. Stretching the quad here. That right leg. 2, and 1. Come over to the side. I'm gonna work into the glute again. So everybody is trying to open up the thigh here, all the way up to the belly. And you're gonna lift that foot up. Lift the leg. Whoo, for 4, 3. Circle that leg around. Pull your foot as much as you can. Circle the leg. Circle, 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 circle. Keep it up there and circle the other way. Circle, circle, circle. You got it. All right, let's reach back. Let's go ahead and grab the foot. Now I'm going to turn my palm up where I grab the instep. If you guys can, that'll help you to open up your shoulder a little more. Keep the belly nice and strong. So try not to twist your rib cage and pull your leg to the wall behind you. Pull your hip to the wall in front of you. Okay, so your thigh is pulling back. Now you're going to pull your foot into your buttock. Stretch your belly, thigh. Breathe deeply. 2, and 1. Let that go out to the side. And you guys are going to, it's going to be like you're trying to do a split with a knee down, okay? So you're going to come down, do your best, getting that leg out to the side. This is kind of like half frog, right? So this knee turns out, your inner thighs get the stretch, the groin gets a stretch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Help yourself up. Use your hands. Bring it right back in. Come into plank. Stretch your legs back. Keep the core strong, right? So just breathe and be in this particular moment. Forget about what you just did. Be in this breath. Be in this strength. 2, and 1. Okay, left knee down. Other side. Right leg out to the side or whatever side you did. Stretch your arms forward. Sink back into your hips. So I want you to settle into the groin. We're thinking about that today. 3, 2, and 1. And we rise up. Come on up. Open up through the quad. Open up through the inner thigh. So if your hips are bent like that, just push open. Belly is lifted. Everything is strong. Reach up. Oh yeah, beautiful. Arms out to the side. You got it. Let's come over to the side. Again, you want to feel more stretch here than you are at your waist. So you want to tip from the base of your spine so you can feel more of that inner thigh, groin, getting some strength, stretch, release, and breath. All right, let's come over to the side. Lifting through your leg. All right, we know what's coming, but I want you guys to press this hip open. Navel is in, arm is up, and lift, lift. So you're pressing your foot out, and you're lifting your leg, working from the glute muscle. Let's go. Now circle your leg around, circle, circle, circle. Push that foot out as far as you can from the hip. Pull the navel in. Circle from the groin, from the inner thigh. Reverse the direction, go. Woo, keep going. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come on up. We're gonna go into that split. Do the best you can. Do not hurt yourself, you guys. Come on down on the elbows. You're turning it into frog pose if you're able to, or half frog, where your inner thighs get that stretch, and you are breathing. Yeah. Keep pressing through those hips. Inner thigh stretch. 2, and 1. Woohoo! Rise up, rise up. All right, let's come back into plank position. Vinyasa flow again. Come on down. Inhale, lift. Elbows in, stretch your tummy. and go back. Now I know we got to put that left foot down again, left knee down again. Do the one you just did, because I forgot to do that quad stretch that I really wanted to do. So you got to come back into this position. And sorry guys, I realized it afterwards. And you're going to go ahead and pull that foot back. Belly is in. I know one of you guys was going to send me a message. You forgot that leg. This is the thing about classes that I'm not with you guys. You can't shout at me. Pull your leg back. Pull your foot into your buttocks. Breathe deeply. All right, now we'll send it back into plank. Yeah, there we go. Come all the way down. Woo. Inhale, rise up. Get that big stretch, you guys. Exhale into downward dog. Squeeze your hips. Press back into your legs. Go back a little bit more now. Widen your back. Right leg up to the sky again. Bend the knee and open up that hip again. Stretch your quad. Hug the navel in. 2 more breaths. Now we're going to fold it into pigeon. So that right knee comes in. The knee goes way out to the side, you guys. So this knee, I don't have it far up enough. So I'm going to push it out a little bit more. And I'm going to send it out into the hip joint. Your other leg should be already stretched. You're going to send back your hips so that your foot or shin is closer to your sternum and further away from your hips. So you're going to reach your pelvis back. Do the best you can. Put a block under your hip. Lift through the chest because we're working into this hip stretch here, the back leg. So roll the outside of your hip down. You put your hand on it right there. Now, some of you guys might be able to do this next part. You might have to be right here where you are. But if you can, put both hands on your hips. Push both hips down. Lift your chest. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're able to bend your back knee and catch your foot, you're going to do it. You don't have to. But we'll be here waiting for you. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Let's release. Come back into downward dog. Send that leg back. Stretch the backs of the knees. Backs of the legs get a stretch. Backs of the calves. Bring the left leg up. Bend your knee in the air. Open your hip. Stretch the belly. Breathe deeply. All right, tuck it in. Bring that knee out to the side. All right, so again, mine's not out far enough, so I'm kind of pushing it out there with my hands. Then I press back with my back leg, and my hips get further away from my foot or my shin here. So my hips aren't over it. My pelvis is going back. And you guys want to keep doing that. Go as far as you can. Roll the outside of your hip down. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Now again, you stay here if you need that support. If you're able to, both hands on your hips, pushing your hips down, lifting through the belly. Beautiful. If you're able to bend your back knee and catch it, you go for it. You don't have to do it. We'll wait here for you. Breathe deeply. 2 and 1. All right. So you guys are going to reach back into downward dog. We've got one more standing one before we come down and work our core and those deeper hip openers. All right, so right leg up to the sky. Reach it up. Straight leg. Open your hip up. Open through the stomach. All the way up to the chest and throat. Take your right leg under your left arm to the side. Okay, and you're going to turn and bend your knees. Walk so that your shoulder is over your wrist. And open your hips, your belly. Press into the tops of your feet best you can. Lean back, open the chest, shoulder. Let your head drop if it's okay. Stretch into the tummy. All right, let's unwind back into downward dog. Squeeze into your navel. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's take your left leg up to the sky. Big, big stretch. Big, big stretch. Higher than that, you guys. Tone your butt up. Bring the leg under the arm, right into that right arm. Turn, walk your feet so that your shoulder is over your wrist. And then come on up. Press into both feet. And lift. Go back. Stretch your belly. Press into both feet, you guys. All right, unwind. Come and have a seat, or kneeling rather. Open the knees, and child's pose right into the groin. So you guys are going to settle into the groin here. And just take a few moments there, right into the hips. So you're going to be breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to do a little bit of core work, right, to help to engage the belly. So you're going to come on up and bend your knees, have a seat, turn to the side. Okay, so knees are going to be bent. Hug those inner thighs in, hug the navel in. Roll the shoulders back so your collarbone is lifted. So you definitely want to make sure navel is into the spine and inner thighs are strong. So fold into the pelvis as much as you can. I'm going to roll back and come up. Roll back and come up. And really try to work into the belly so your belly navel comes in and up, in and up. 2 more. 2 and 1. All right, we're going to roll all the way back onto the back. Knees are going to come up, tabletop position. Let me get myself right here. So navel's in, arms are up, shoulders roll back, okay? So we're keeping this super strong here. Try to keep your back on the floor. So right arm, left leg, but do not let the other arm and the other leg move. So look at them. You can see the leg and the arm that are not moving. Keep them in place and stretch deeper while you hold the belly in. Keep holding in place while you stretch. And you can do little pulses for 4. Press into the shoulder, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it right back up. Hold that arm and that leg in place, head in the center, and then reach back as deep as you can, you guys. Hold that arm and foot in place and pump into the shoulder and the glute for 4, 3, 2. We're going to go a little bit faster, keeping the navel in. So we stretch. Do not move that arm and leg. Pull in. Go a little further. Keep that navel strong. Pull in. Try to keep as much of your back, remember that solar plexus strength, on the ground. 2 more. Last one. All right, you can bring the arms down by your side, stretch your legs up, lift the head, neck, and the shoulders. 1 leg at a time drops, inner thigh strength, core strength, stretch through those legs. And yes, this is a little bit of Pilates infused, and we'll be doing a class like this tomorrow, all the Pilates core stuff. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last one for the core. Reach the arms out to the side, shoulders roll back. You guys want to keep your shoulders and your chest on the floor. So when you bring your knees to the side, don't let your shoulder roll up, okay? So you're going to bring your knees as far to the side. Keep your shoulder down. And then pause and squeeze your belly to bring it back up, okay? So bring your knees as far to the side. Do not let your shoulder blade come up off the floor. As far as you can go without lifting it. And then come back. All right, we'll do that again. Stretch as far as you can go. Squeeze the belly. Bring it in. Stretch as far as you can go. Squeeze the belly. Bring it in. 1 more time. Stretch as far as you can go. Squeeze the belly. Bring it in. And last side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And bring it in. All right. Bend the knees. Feet are flat. Shoulders roll back. Roll up into bridge. This is, again, stretching through the tops of the thighs. Pull the belly in and lift your hips. Now, if you can do this, you're going to put your hands under your hips and get your elbows underneath to lift your hips a little bit more. Ground through your feet. If not, you can keep your hands down. You can use a yoga block if you want to. Stretching those shoulders toward the floor. You breathe in deeply as you work those hips opening. Shoulders back. Chin stays up. Now again, not for everybody, but if you're with me and you want to try wheel pose, you bring your hands to the floor and you press to the top of your head. Then you press up as deep as you can. You're stretching your belly, pulling your inner thighs, and breathing. Come back down to the crown of your head. Roll down. one vertebrae at a time, and lengthen your back, tucking the knees in. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Awesome. Coming into happy baby, grab those feet, pressing open. All right. So you get into this nice squat here, you guys. You're breathing deeply. Now hold that right leg into the squat. Stretch your left leg straight out to the floor. This is, again, you guys, if you can see that gap between your upper thigh and the floor, this is where we're trying to squeeze or get rid of the gap. So press the top of your thigh down toward the floor, opening up your hip, opening up your belly as you're stretching into that inner thigh. 2, and we'll try to get the side. So bring that into happy baby. So grab your foot or your leg or whatever, right? And then just keep this stretch going here while you extend your second leg. And again, you're working to press the top of your thigh to the floor. And breathe and breathe and breathe in. 2 more breaths. And 1. Beautiful. Bring it all right back in. Bottoms of your feet touch. Inner thigh stretch. Dropping your feet to the ground. Pull your elbows to the side. Cactus arms. Try to get your back, especially today, like right at the solar plexus, at the thoracic part of your spine. Try to get that to the floor behind your ribs. Navel is down, hips are open. Bring the arms in that 90 degrees, okay? So you're rolling your wrists back. You're opening up your throat. You're breathing in and breathing out. You're going to turn your head as far to the left as you possibly can. So your left ear is going to go under your right ear. And you can take your hand, your left hand, and put it to your forehead to help you stretch. Gently, gently. Release the hand, release the head, turn it back to center. Do the same to the other side. So you're going to turn your head to the right, get your right ear under your left ear. Go ahead and bring your right hand if you want to give you a little bit more stretch. All right, let's release it back into the center. Tuck the knees in and rock ourselves up to seated. We're going to get into the super duper quad stretchers. And when you guys are ready, you're going to come into, I'll show you a few different variations. And again, if you guys want to lay back down and you want to get ready, you can put your cushions here, kind of prop you up, or you can use blocking cushions, however you want to, when we go back down. So we'll start in this position where you're stretching the quads and the knees, and you're just breathing in, breathing out. If you are okay with this position, okay, if you're okay with this position, you're going to hang out with it and maybe go to the next part where your ankles and your heels are going to go to the outside of your hips. You're going to move your calves out to the side, the flesh. You're going to roll the tops of your thighs in, and you'll sit to the floor. If you have no knee pain, you can hang out with this. If you're feeling the stretch here, you hang out with this. If you can go back a little bit more, okay, and stretch a little bit more, just try not to let your shins or your knees pop up off the floor. And again, you can come all the way back and lay down on your cushions. If you feel like you want to go further, you remove some cushions. And you should be stretching the tops of your thighs. Navel is in. And again, if you've got like 2 cushions and you're like, oh, I can go down to 1, then you can scooch 1 out of the way. You might need it at the head or the shoulders. You might need it at the back. You definitely want to feel the stretch at the tops of your thighs. Maybe arms overhead if you want to. You're going to breathe for a bit here. Scoot your tailbone under. Keep rolling your thighs in. If the cushion is, you don't need it, you want to lay flat on the floor, go for that. And breathe. All right, we're going to prop ourselves up or help ourselves up if you're laying down. And you're just going to come off it for a second, but we are going to continue the stretch for the quads. So if you want to stretch out the legs a little bit, you're going to go ahead and do that. What you're going to do is take your right leg out. Let me do it this way for you guys. The left leg will stay as it was. And you're going to come down and sit on the floor just like you did, or kneeling, and you're going to roll back. So you're going to get a stretch on one leg. It's going to feel a little different, okay, than you did before. So you can stay on the elbows if you want to, or the cushions. Just try not to let that pop up, or you can come all the way down, or again, you can lay flat. So we're just going to focus on this one side, really get that stretch. Again, this is the meridians for the stomach, right? Very good for our health. Has that earth element, like I was talking about before, and you're breathing in and breathing out. Really stretch the top of your leg as much as you can. All right, and then we'll come right up and we'll switch. So however you want to switch, I'm going to just prop myself up and scooch that leg in and take side 2 out, coming down to the floor. Again, if this is too much for you, you can just get a stretch and lay the leg out to the side, you know, if it's too much. So again, knee bends, come all the way down. If this works for you, thigh rolls in, try to get that calf muscle flesh out of the way, keeping the knee down and keeping that hip down. And again, you're just hanging out into this quad stretch, lifting through the belly. Arms are overhead, and we're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And I want you to really try to get the stretch to the quad, like really feel the quad stretch. Now, if your quads are super tight, your back will start to arch up and you'll feel it more tightening in your back. So do your best to keep the belly down and maybe stay up rather than coming all the way to the cushions. You're breathing deeply. All right. Come on up. Woohoo! All right, bottoms of the feet are going to touch. All right, we're going to open up to the inner thigh groins. All right, it's going to feel really good to keep this area open and, of course, get some neck and shoulders while we do this. So you guys are pulling, you're holding on to your feet if you can, your toes, but if you can't, it's okay to hold on to the ankles. It's totally fine, right? If you're able to, you're going to press your toes to the floor and it's going to feel like your heels are lifting up. And when your heels feel like they're lifting up, you'll engage a little bit more in the groin. And the knees are going to come down. I'm going to lift from here, you guys. Remember, we're always lifting the spine up out of the hips. And the shoulders are rooted down the back. And you're lifting through the crown of the head. So think about 2 parallel lines on the side of the body, on the side of the neck, getting even and longer. So you're lifting and lengthening as you inhale and exhale. Now you're going to start to come forward, but if you have too much rounding at your back, you're going to back off. So if I start to round my back, I'm going to back off and just work into the groin stretch. So you come forward, right, as if I'm right behind you and I'm moving you from your lower back, not from your mid back. So you want to just keep coming forward so that your groins feel the stretch. And again, inhale and exhale. Try to keep those toes down. The heels feel like they're coming up. Don't worry if they're not coming up. Just feeling. Come a little more forward at the groin. A little more forward if you can. And 1. Beautiful. Help the legs in. And we're going to sit in an open leg position. All right. So just come open. Bring the hands right behind the hips here. Again, the meridian for the spleen energy comes up the inner thighs and it comes up this way, okay? So we want to try to keep that healthy. Staying hydration is really good as well, right? So it helps you to keep these areas nice and healthy. So water, tea, soup, whatever it is, keep you hydrated. So you're going to feel the stretch right in through there. Sit up super tall. I'm going to encourage you guys to put your hands behind you and move your groins forward. Okay, so your legs are going to feel like they're going to go backwards, okay? So you're going to press your groins forward and feel like your feet and your legs go back. And maybe do that 2 more times. Press forward. Settle for a second. And 1 more time, press forward. If it's too much for you, then of course back off. But if you're able to maintain it, like it should feel like a little bit of a challenge. Shouldn't feel like, oh yeah, I can maintain this, Lorella, for hours. Right? You should go to a point where it's like, oh yeah, that's a little bit of a challenge. And I really have to think about, you know, this stretch and this toning that I'm happening inside the legs. So you want to get that stretch. Your feet are strong. You're breathing deeply. All right. So we're going to, again, just like we did in the Baddha Konasana, you're going to start to come forward, but you're coming forward from here. Not by rounding your back. So if your back starts to round, you're going to back off. Try not to let your legs roll forward. So you're going to feel like if I were standing here, I'd be pushing the inside of your knees away from each other. So if you can feel that, you're going to go for that. And you're breathing. And you're breathing. And so we all have one side that we are leaning toward right now. Maybe your right side is more flexible. Maybe your left side is. So I want you to lean to the right side for a sec. Feel that lean. Lean to the left for a second. Feel that lean. Notice which one's tighter. And then come to the middle and try to even them out and do your best to come forward. Try not to round that back. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we're going to come over to the side. So again, you guys are going to stretch up and open. You're going to pull at the inner thigh as much as you can. You're going to feel this energy coming right up through the belly, through the navel. You're not going to arc your ribs. You're going to keep those two lines even on the sides. Neck's going to be long and you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Whoo, let's go right to the other side. Looks so good. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Beautiful. Again, inner thighs long and strong. Nice. All right, and we're going to come up and over, and we'll turn to that leg. And again, this might be a little bit of a challenge, so just do your best to come down. Use the yoga strap if you need it. Down through the hip. Lengthen through your spine. Pull the opposite leg away from you. All right, we'll come up and over to side two. So reach over, try to keep the pull, you guys. Do not let it go. Do not let it go. That's it. Use that strap or hold on to your leg. There you go. Just come down from the hip. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to bring it all in. Use your hands to help. Oh, those legs come in. Ha, ha, ha. Give them a nice little hug. Give them a nice little hug. Bring your feet in as close as you can and rest your forehead on your knees. Inhale and exhale. So forehead rests on the knees. All right, we're going to come onto the belly. We're going to stretch the shoulders and the neck. I've done this one a couple times. I'm really loving it for my own personal self. Hopefully you guys do too. You're just going to stretch out. It's just a different rotation for the hand, right? So you're going to stretch out your legs. And you're going to bring the arm out to the side, like not over your head and not 90, but kind of like somewhere in between. And your index fingers down, you know, and the shoulder comes down to the floor like that. So your shoulder's not up. So you're pressing the shoulder down and you want to straighten out your elbow. So this is going to give you a stretch on the bicep inside of elbow. And then you're going to turn to the left away from that arm and stretch over it, okay? So you guys are getting this stretch. The head, throat is open. You're also getting a little quad stretch here, so you can pull that leg back a little bit more too. But really stretch the inside of the elbow. And breathe. Slowly open up that arm. All right, let's go to the other side. Woohoo, I love that one. All right, let's go to side two. Again, you're stretching that arm out. Index finger down, shoulder down, lift over, and you're just pressing into the arm, the bicep, inside of elbow, throat is open, head relaxes, and you know, you can use this hand to kind of scoot you over to the arm. So you really get that stretch. You're opening up that hip, the quad, breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful job. All right, we'll come right back to center. And bend the knees in and catch your feet. Stretch inside the shoulders and the elbows a little bit more. And try to squeeze your bottom to the floor and pull up your knees and lift up your chest. So you're going to stretch as much as you can. And just try to keep lifting your knees up off the floor without turning them out. Awesome. All right, let's come back into that child's pose and release the hips back. So you can use those cushions again. These are when I do like a yin class. I really like to use the cushions under the belly and your head can turn. If you like to just relax on the floor, you're going to go ahead and do that. But you're settling into the groin. All right. And if you do have a cushion, you can keep it there for your hips. You're going to come on the back. Hips will either be on the cushion or on the block or on the floor with legs elevated. If you're using the cushion like that, helps you to pull the legs over a little bit more. And, you know, you're just going to let the legs drop to you. And you can kind of give them a little nudge. The shoulders relaxing. And see if you can really bend from, again, from the groins or the hips without rounding so much of the back. Letting them settle in. All right, and we're just going to come off the cushion, take it into a twist. So that left leg comes out, right knee comes in. And, you know, make sure your hips are even with each other. So when you bring your right leg up, your right hip shouldn't come up toward your armpit. You want to keep the hip down. And then bring the leg across, you know, so it's like hip height. And the arm's going to go out, so you're going to keep that shoulder blade down. And move your hip away from your shoulder. And slide that shoulder away from the hip. So really getting that good oblique stretch. Right? The outer thigh. Squeeze into the inner thighs and navel a little more. If you want to straighten out your top leg, you can. And come back in the center. And we'll do the same thing on side 2. Just straighten out your legs. Make sure your hips even. So when you have the knee come in, the hip doesn't rise. Okay, and you're going to bring that arm out to the side. Let that shoulder blade stretch and settle. And go ahead and bring it across. Collarbones open. And breathe. So again, you're pulling that hip away from your shoulder and vice versa. And get a good stretch on the oblique, so twist a little further. Again, if you want to straighten out your leg, you can. Beautiful job. All right, let's let that release. Sending our legs out. Sending our arms out. Closing your eyes. Let the shoulders and the collarbone and the throat relax. Head in the center. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax through the forehead, the mouth, and the tongue. Relax through the center of the throat, the collarbone, the sternum. Relax the upper belly. The middle belly. The lower belly. And soften the right and left inner thighs, hips, lower back, feet and knees. Continue scanning the body for tension and let it go. Listening to your inhale and your exhale. Making your inhale soft and relaxed, keeping the belly soft. Deepening the relaxation with the exhale. Feel your body connected to the ground. Give your body weight to the ground. Feeling the strength of the earth. You feel more confident, more centered, more at home. When you're ready to come out of Shavasana, just start to open your eyes and close your mouth, move your fingers. Maybe rubbing your arms and rubbing the legs in, circling around a little bit, rocking side to side, and coming to your side before you come up to seated. You want to come up? So, and when you do come up to seated, just balancing the head, the heart, and the hips. All right. Chest is nice and open. Okay. So bring the hands together right in front of the heart. So hopefully you guys feel better and ready, charged for the day, and having a good positive day today. Namaste. Thank you guys. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.